Our Own Country, An Irish Family in America. Story by Katherine Follett. Illustrations by Tracy Sabin. Chapter 1. Making a Living. Everything about Alexander's new fishing rod made Liam's eyes go wide with envy. It had a soft cork handle, a buzzing reel, and shimmering metal loops. It even came with its own little tin tackle box filled with new hooks and sinkers. "Can I try it?" he asked hesitantly as Alexander reeled in another strand of seaweed. It was all they ever caught from the pier so close to town. There was too much boat traffic here in the harbor for good fishing. Even during the middle of the day, when many ships had either come or gone, the water near the shore bristled with masts and rigging like a giant sea urchin surfacing from below. There was also the constant noise of clanging, sawing, hammering, and shouting from the enormous shipbuilding warehouse just up the road. There was dust from the horse carts passing to and from the shops and factories lining the road along the water. All in all, it was not a great place for fishing. Even so, Liam and Alexander weren't the only ones sitting on the pier on this unusually warm October day, feet dangling and rods bent out over the water. "It's great," Alexander said, handing the new rod to Liam. When he cast its line into the slopping waves, the rod's thin length made a sharp, whipping sound in the breeze. Even though it was longer than Liam's homemade stick pole, it was also much lighter, so light that every tug of the waves on the line felt like a caught fish. He turned the funny handle to wind up the line and reel in the hook, but it came up empty. "Can I try again?" he asked. "Sure, go right ahead," Alexander said, shrugging as if it were nothing to loan out his brand-new mail-ordered fishing rod. He even picked up Liam's grubby old stick and continued fishing with it, as if there were no difference. Liam often noticed that Alexander always had nice things, warm clothes, new shoes, wonderful toys. But he also observed that Alexander shared them as if he didn't even know how nice they were. "My dad would have loved a rod like this," Liam said, casting again. "He could have used it to catch a big salmon or a giant tuna." Other kids got uncomfortable when Liam mentioned father, but Liam had been only 6 years old when his father suddenly caught a fever and died, nearly 6 years ago now. Liam barely remembered it happening. He mostly remembered happy things about father. Sometimes it made him sad to think about not having a father around, but it was an everyday, lonely kind of sad that didn't hurt to talk about. Alexander always seemed calm and comfortable, no matter what Liam said, and it made Liam feel comfortable too. "Kat and I used to stand on the stairs of our old house and watch Father's boat come in," Liam said. "We would try to be the first one to count how many fish he was bringing home on the line. Sometimes he would bring us an octopus or a shark. We used to live in that house over there," Liam said, pointing down the shore to a marshy little point, a collection of gray, shingled houses with small windows clustered on a thumb of land. Their house was small, but Ma had been so proud that it was all theirs. She'd sold it not long after Father died, and they moved into an apartment just across the road, above the rope-making shop. You could smell the harbor outside from every window and tar from the rope-maker's work from inside every room. Its only advantage was that the rope-maker had a water pump right in the back and a long lane in the alley that was perfect for hanging up miles and miles of laundry. Ma earned their only income washing other people's laundry. But even that change happened so long ago now that Liam remembered only brief scenes of the old house and of having better clothes and things. As with Father, he remembered these things so faintly and matter-of-factly that he didn't really miss them. Liam was just about to ask Alexander if he wanted his new rod back when the thing came alive in his hands. He jerked on the handle to hook the fish, but suddenly the rod bent as if it would snap. Horrified, he dropped the rod on the pier, sure he had broken it. Pull! Pull! Alexander shouted. It's supposed to bend like that.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?